Welcome back. It's the Game Changer. And man, make sure you all stick around for this one because this is a great video. We get to unpack a lot. This is my boy Walter. Walter found me through social media. He's been having his locks for over 10, 12 years, I believe more, but they're very long, whatever it was. And it was time for a change. As you can tell, he has a lot of hair. Look how long it is. Long hair. Now, I don't know if Walter had a lot of product in his hair or he hasn't washed in a while, but it was a lot of buildup in his scalp, so it was hard to see his roots. Now, what made this an interesting video for Walter, for his transformation, is that he wanted a nice classic fro look, meaning no taper, nice even edge up, even shape all the way around. And what makes that difficult is that whenever you do a haircut like that with no taper to kind of hide imperfections and symmetry, that means you have to be very symmetric, meaning the edge up has to be very even. The edges have to be very even. Everything has to be even the edge up on the back of the neck. Then we also have to account for the thickness around the perimeter of the head. What I mean, since he's getting a fro is an even length that is long, right? Now, that doesn't work for an edge up, so we have to find ways to taper out the edge up without tapering the edge up, and I'll break that down to you. But let's get back to this part. So how do you overcome this kind of buildup? Obviously, you have to wash the scalp, which is a very important part regardless when it comes to these type of transformations. He hasn't had a haircut in a very long time, years, right? Meaning his roots haven't seen daylight in a while. What washing the hair does, right? When you shampoo the scalp, wash the hair, put concentrates of water into the scalp, it reverts the hair back to its natural state. Now, that's not as important with Walter because he's keeping a fro, so I can kind of manipulate the hair to how I need it. But it always helps to clean those roots, get it nice and clean. But now, so let's talk about this. When I'm actually cutting the locks off, what I'm doing is he's actually keeping a longer layer haircut. I'm pulling the hair, see I'm stretching it out, and I'm pulling the hair to where the lock finishes. So where the locks last, meaning everything that I'm leaving on the scalp is just fro. He hasn't had a retwist in a while, meaning the locks being twisted to the scalp, so it makes it easier. But I'm really just pulling the hair. I'm gonna let him cut the last one off. I'm pulling his hair from the scalp, and I'm pulling to where the lock ends on their hair. All right, so after we get that done, I stretch it, pull it out a little bit. Usually I would kind of comb it out, but we're going to just take them right off to the bowl, get them nice and clean with a deep cleansing shampoo. I really want to get those roots nice and clean, make them feel good, make them look good. This is a whole process. Like, these transformations are a very big, they're all about steps and procedures. I promise you this. By the end of this cut, you're not going to even know that he had locks. Guarantee. I'm willing to bet whatever. So as I'm shampooing, what I'm doing is I'm massaging, or I'm letting the shampoo deeply penetrate into his scalp. I want to get it clean. Let this soap and water soak into the cuticles, the outer layer of the hair. Just clean the hair shaft out nice and good. Then what I'll do is, after I let that shampoo soak in there, to make sure I didn't leave any knots, and to make my job easier when it's time to actually comb them or pick it outside the bowl, I'll comb it with the wide tooth comb inside the bowl, just to kind of massage that hair, clean the hair, spread the hair, and unknot the hair. Now what I'm doing, pretty much clean it for the most part. It's really clean. The scalp is really clean. A few little particles in there, but it's clean for the most part. Now I'm picking it out, and what I'm going to do, the length he's going to get is a 6 on top. A 6 on my Andy's Magic Clip. I'm sorry, my Walls Magic Clip, I apologize. Now I'm picking it, just getting the nice length. So what happens is when you cut over curly hair, it reverts, meaning it shrinks. A lot of shrinkage happens when you put water in our hair. That's why you heard a black girl say, "Don't get my hair wet." What she's saying is, I just got my hair done. Don't mess it up because it's going to shrink. All right? So shrinkage is good for this style. I pick it out just to stretch the hair again. Now, I have a 6 guard on. So what I'm doing now, if you can see, I'm pulling with my offhand, the clipper that's not the hand that don't have the clippers in it. I'm pulling to stretch the hair, Because sometimes with his hair being so thick, he has an amazing grade of hair. I have to stretch the scalp to let that comb guard or the blade guard, which is what's on the clipper, get inside the scalp. I'm gonna cut it down to a 6. Now, I make multiple passes with the same guard in the same motion, very repetitive, because I want to get a nice even cut. Sometimes I'll go against the grain, 7 to 10 strokes, yada yada yada. I made that number up. Then I'll go against the grain, which is the opposite way, same amount of times. My goal right now is what I'm doing right now is making his hair even, from temple to occipital bone to nape of the neck to crown to temporal to temporal lobe, all over the scalp. I need this hair even. Okay. Now the downside of that, since he's getting it all even, right? We'll come to it when it's time. It should be time soon. No, we're gonna keep cutting. I'll see y'all soon. Anything I need to say? No, just be patient. Right? It's a process. I promise it's gonna be nasty when I'm done. In a good way though. All right. All right, now here we go. This is the part I was talking about. So I'm picking them out just to make sure it's pretty even. I'll still shape it at the end, but I just want to see what we looking like. No large pieces now. Right here. Bro, let's do it to 6. But my next step in this process is to taper it without taper. Taper is to just fade out. Now, although he's getting all even, the perimeter needs to be lower than the base of the central part of the hair. Why? If this man told you he wanted all even, why would you make it different? Because for that edge up to stand out nice and crisp without the hair hanging over the edges, which usually happens when you do a fro, I have to taper it without it being noticeable, which is what I'm about to do right now. So now I put a 4 guard on. He has a 6, remember. I start with a 4, move to a 3, then to a 1 and a half, then a 1. And what I'm doing is I'm lightly placing the clipper on, and as I go down with the stroke, I press harder. And what I'm doing is tapering as I go down, debulking. See, boom, now I got the 3 on, and I'm debulking. Now, with this stroke, the higher I go, the more I taper out or pull out of the clipper. What I'm doing is, even though you can't see your scalp, I'm making sure that the nape of the neck, which is the bottom of the neck right there, is lower than under the occipital bone, which is where that clipper stroke ends. So that way, when I actually edge him up, when I edge him, the hair won't hang over. Because think about it, right? If his hair was a 6 all the way around his edge up, the hair would curl over. You wouldn't see it on the edge up. Every time he picks and combs his hair, it won't be neat because that hair can't stray true to the form of my edge up because of how long it is. Now, when I taper from a 4 to a 6 to a 1.5 to a 1, what happens is the lower or closer you get to the perimeter of his edges, see 1.5 right now, the lighter it is and the more stiff the edge up will be. Listen, I'm giving you big game. It might not sound like much, but I'm telling you, these are really difficult cuts. This is difficult. This is more difficult than a taper, drop fade, because again, all even is very hard, especially on a fro. So a tiger claw method. See, it might not look like I'm taking much off, but I'm taking quite a bit of bulk out of his hair. So when I edge, see, even around the ears, I pull the ear down with my pinky, pointing index finger. And see, I'm just debulking. Then I'll come edge it up with my gold FX, all right? But very important game. And see what happens. Well, what if it's uneven when you in the taper spots? Once I pick him out at the very end to shape his fro up, I'll blend all those sections in from the 6 to the 4, 3, 2, 1.5, yada yada 1. See, now I'm using the 1 guard. See that? I'm showing you. And then I can comb the hair down on the edges. But back to what I was saying. What I can do is when I shape them up, I'll make sure it's nice and neat. See, now it's time to edge them. Watch how smooth this edge up is. See, this edge up wouldn't have looked as nice if I would have had hair hanging over. Now I bet you at home like, oh, I see what he's saying. Listen, I'm in my bag, yo. When I'm in my bag, everybody win. I win, y'all win, he win. We winning. We out. I'm gonna see y'all in a little bit. So y'all watch. And when it comes to the edge up, I take a lot of baby. Look how crisp that shit is. Damn, excuse my language. Ooh. Right? Edge it up, keep it nice and natural, get all that excess hair. He hasn't had an edge up haircut in a while. That's Wolfman right there. It's all leaving. Clean the neck up good. Be very gentle with these clippers because they're sharper. All right, see y'all soon. Same thing, same technique on the sides. Take the 3. Well, I'm probably starting with the 4 because I'm going a little higher. 4, 3, 1.5, 1. No guard along the edges. It's all about thinning out the perimeter. Everything I'm doing is just to thin the perimeter out so I can get a nice edge up. Like, these are really hard haircuts. Man, you might think, oh, this is easy. Bro, listen, bros and broettes, right? The difficulty is in the edge. Symmetry is easy to hide when you taper on somebody because the fade hides the illusion of evenness, of symmetry. I try to think of something fancy to say, but fuck it. Forget it. All right. So when it's all even, though, you have to make sure because everything stands out. So now after I taper the sides out or I debulk, what I'll do now, I keep debulking because I don't want this hair hanging over. I stretch the skin. It might look like I'm pulling a little too much off, but this hair is very dense, right? I want it to be a smooth transition. And then in a few parts of your scalp, it's some thin spots, but it's hard to see because of the how thick the hair is around it that's hiding it. But you know, it's okay. We'll make sure that when we edge them up, it'll be just right. Same thing, tiger claw method along the edge up. All right, you all watch, and I'll be back when it's time to edge up in a few. 3, 2, 1. Okay, not yet. No, now I'm close. Same thing, put the gel. Now, when you're edging up a client with long froey hair, oh, it's so difficult because the hair around it want to come to the front of the edge up, and the hair on the edge up want to really curl over because it's technically still long. It just requires patience, to be honest, because what happens is as that gel hardens up, it'll harden on the scalp. And then, ooh, that was a tip right there. Watch. See how I pushed the majority of the hair away, all of it, and then I just pulled back what I needed. I pushed the whole fro up. I combed it backwards, but I just pulled back what I needed. So that way I can only edge up the important parts, and I can shape everything else up. All right? Same thing I was saying, back to what I was saying. After the gel sets, what I'll do is I'll just do a template edge up, right? So I edge them up along the perimeter where it was supposed to look like. Let that gel harden by doing the other side. Then when I come back, I come in my edgers, reuse my razors, shape it up. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So a few other little key points I'm gonna show you all. Then I'm gonna let you get out of here. Please stick around for the before and after. I'm about to compare how he came in to how he left. Man, if y'all don't share this on some kind of platform, leave me a if y'all don't leave me a comment, y'all tripping. Don't trip. Okay, ooh, what I'm doing right here. Why would you do that? I have to get the hairs to hang over. Because when that hair hangs over the edge up, it's so hard to get a very nice edge up on the fro. Actually, what happens is, this is how a lot of barbers mistakenly push edges back on fros, because they keep trying to climb and reach and find the sharpness. You won't find the sharpness because the hair behind the edge up is hanging over. When you tiger claw method, comb the hair over, scrape the edges across the top or clean it across the front edge, now what you're doing is getting the hair that hangs over away, and now you see the true edge up and you can edge that up. You all watch, stick around for the before and after. And also the shape up. Remember, when I say shape up, you'll see what I'm doing. I comb the hair out. Then what I'll do is I'll shape the hair to the shape of his head to give it a nice round look. But this is a nice classic. This is how you bring a modern feel to a classic cut. They was rocking this cut back in the 70s, 80s. You know what I'm saying? A nice good fro. Come on, man. Stop playing on me. This is nasty. Show me somebody doing a better fro. A better classic fro on the internet. I'll wait. Anyway, you guys enjoy. Guys and gals enjoy. Remember, like, subscribe, leave a comment, man. Stop playing with me. Please. Appreciate y'all so much. Hope you enjoy. A lot of people have been asking for more variety on my haircuts, right? And this is what I say. I cut who comes in. It's simple as that. You know, I'm not going to lie to you. I can do all styles, all types, but I can only cut who comes in the shop, right? Whenever I get something different, I'll post it. And don't think because I post the same kind of haircut, it's the same haircut. What you all have to realize is that a lot of these people have very different hair textures. So it's a privilege for me to be able to show you the same haircut on different hair textures so you can learn. I'm adding to your repertoire because different clients are going to come into your shop and want the same haircut. Remember that. I'm actually about to do a self haircut soon. How to cut your own hair with cheap Walmart clippers to get a professional look. Stay tuned for this before and after. See y'all soon. Oh yeah, and man, listen, my clipper handle game is crazy. Like what these flips and twirls, and you know it's weird. It's not for showing off. It's just really, I like the transition to change the angle of the clippers like that right there, without stopping the cut. So if you see me flip the clippers like that right there, don't think that I'm like, oh, I ain't know. Nah, the sauce is real though. Hocus pocus, y'all better focus. See y'all soon.